Yes, okay. So
Darius versus Adam. He's still up to his old tricks, I see. Ash, Poppy, Jax, Callista. Rumble's finally here. Traded for Karma.
yeah, I mean, do you remember when we were with the pros?
Is this a top Karma, or are we going like Karma Ezreal here?
3 power picks on the side of Vitality. You imagine with no jungle lock-in, that's now going to be the priority as BDS ran out their first half with the Azir.
Yeah, ready. Really like the composition.
We saw Oriana banned in previous game versus VTO.
Scaling responses on the side of will be banned away as well.
Nocturne got very far through the draft too. Oh, Jin Karma. Okay.
Big beneficiary of the patch. Lethality is just
Long range composition from BDS.
Right now, right? And you need something to close that gap. And Java was something I was thinking of, but because we haven't seen it prioritized at all, I didn't think that it was something that was really an option for Vitality, but it looks like it's going to be.
Playing it on stream. He's learning a lot of pretty useless English from the Super Galaxy Rumble voice lines. Is what but feet on the top side and just scale.
Huh.
He is able to stack.
And remember the last time
This is a very good composition for sieging turrets from BDS.
Line of Sion and Xin to act as a wall to protect them, whereas you just have a big wombo combo on the side of.
Does Gen G ceiling match the JDG ceiling from this year? I don't know, because like I think the thing about the JDG ceiling was that it felt like all those players were really in their primes. Like Canyon's coming off a pretty shaky year, guys.
Especially with how close we expect the middle of the pack to be.
Absolutely.
You know, Keen looked a lot different. He looked a lot worse in pressure situations for KT than he did in regular season as well.
As we get in, Carzzy has taken Comet. This will be more likely than not a lethality Varus. So upfront burst damage, kind of a shotgun composition coming through for Vitality. May lack a little bit in that sustained DPS, but will hit like a truck.
So the runes are struggling right now. So,
it's, you know, it's Monday. We're all working, easing into the work week. They thought they were off today. They're not. They'll be back soon.
That's going to WA to safety. Is BDS already doing you talked about the
Big price tag on old G2? No way. Perks is playing for a very small amount of money compared to what he's played for in the past.
BDS looking to create a split map here. Try and isolate the bot side. Perhaps they're just looking to get a little bit of information rather than go for this invade. They are going to play it safe, look to back away. I see Adam hovering around the Raptors. The pings are coming down, and there is question marks from the side of Vitality.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what Douglas can get done on the J4. Obviously, a very easy champion to have a lot of early game impact on. But when you're staring at a Xin Zhao on the opposite side, it's a bit tricky because I feel like Xin has been hands down the strongest jungler that we've seen on the patch so far. So many.
You dislike Peanut being removed from that Gen G. Do you think it'd be better with Peanut? It's going to be impossible to know because Peanut was also part of the problem at international events. They could never play like they did domestically. It's a big problem, so I think you had to change something.
That's for us at home. That was for us, for the audience. Shio can't see that, but we can.
Okay, so now the question is, how do they respond?
Cute.
Because VTO is yet to move.
I mean, if Shio burns his spells on the blue buff, and you get the angle right, it won't be too bad, but
Flash.
That's all of J4's damage is mitigated
Here comes
there.
VTO.
But the health advantage very much in favor of Douglas thus far. When the combo comes back up, he should be good. That's Conqueror. Proxio now going to be in trouble, getting burned down slowly but surely.
Nice job. That's cute by Douglas.
Seal the deal. Excellent patience from Douglas.
The lethal tempo Jarvan doing some serious work in that fight. I mean, when it just came down to auto attacks, Douglas had the advantage. VTO made his way.
Are you able to comment on exact salary changes? I think Thorin talked about this on Summoning Insight. It's not minimum, but it's close. It's not LEC minimum, but it's close. It's probably like legit. I don't know the exact number. Thorin does. If I had to guess, it might even be like 1/10 of what he's played for in the past, like on Cloud9. How did he know? Well, so here's the thing, guys. Thorin doesn't reveal his sources to me. What kind of response do you want to that?
first strike.
And even if I did know, why would I tell you?
It's going to be difficult for Adam to trade back. Wave's in a bit of an awkward spot for Adam, but he's relying on his tankiness to weather the storm.
Maybe Perks told him.
And new tank itemization is going to be fantastic for Adam here, being able to go for the AP.
I love that you're enjoying League again, Monty. Yeah, did you know that League without Riot is actually a pretty entertaining experience for me? It turns out it was just a bunch of shitters at Riot that were making it bad. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it now.
Triple tonic for the Rumble here, so keep in mind he's going to get 3 pots over the course of the first few levels. One will eventually give him an extra skill point. That's the important one.
The first one, he's actually just used it, the Elixir of Avarice, giving you a bit of extra on-hit to minions in lane. Just helps with that wave clear just a little bit, gives it for about a minute's time. So he's going to pop that one. Sheo now hovering around still. Only level 3, but very close to level 4, covering mid lane right now, because Vito's been taking some very nice trades here in the mid lane. But Nuke not going to be too concerned about that as he looks to go back to base, can TP back into lane. And now I draw my attention to the minimap once more, looking at Douglas moving into the river. Knowing that he has the pressure in mid, I thought that he may try and contest those early Raptors, but instead just choosing to take the crab and play it safe for now. So overall, 4.5 minutes into the game, nothing too chaotic. Remember that both these teams are very much scaling towards the team fights. One item spikes is very much where I expect to see a lot more of the action around these early dragons.
The pregame tweet from K-Corp to eBay. I've had more mergers than trophies.
Team chooses to prioritize.
That's funny. I like the banter.
Deadly flourish, cards you quick there to body block. We'll call out immediately Doran's Blade itemization early on for Douglas. So I kind of like it. A little bit extra sustain, a little bit extra dueling power. Xin notoriously stronger in the early game outside of the upfront burst of Jarvan and the CC that Jarvan can provide. So maybe just hoping to be stronger in those early skirmishes. Give him an angle to take the Void Grubs. Taken one so far. No notification for BDS yet. You have to imagine that they assume this one is happening already. Really in trouble, potentially. There you are. 3 grubs to the side of Vitality. Hoping to get to that 5 point.
Surprised that Hilly would just try to force the issue in that bot lane, 2 versus 2. Kazi has to spend the heal there to get his support to safety, but the poke from Lebrov is relentless. The CS difference isn't too dramatic. Pretty much the same across the entire rift. Lebrov forcing Hylissang back once again. If BDS keep up this pressure, they should be able to secure a plate for themselves. And look at the minimap right now. Nuke and Sheo already making their way down. Douglas here to offer assistance. The Vision should spot this out.
Lebrov, Ignite now ticking. Bit more follow-up. Ice going to get caught up by the knockup here. Ignite now ticking down.
Already making their way down.
Why is he so far forward?
Here to offer assistance. The Vision should spot this out.
Lebrov, Ignite now ticking. Bit more follow-up. Ice going to get caught up by the knockup here. Ignite now ticking down as well. Good burst.
He's walking forward during his reload animation, so he can't trade. Okie dokie.
Throwing down the shoulder. Sheo in the area. A lot of pressure on Douglas to try to help them survive, but they're just lambs to the slaughter. Caught behind the tower. No room to maneuver, no room to sidestep. Simply cut down. Douglas flagging and dragging out to safety, but Sheo on the hunt looking for a bit of revenge. Health bar low, though. Doesn't see VTO in the darkness, and that could be critical. Shield slow, coming out, knock up there.
Oh,
pull back the kill, and a clean turn from VTO.
So the second half of the dive doesn't quite work out the way BDS wanted, but the initial...
The KC versus Mad game got more views than any LEC game in the last 4 years, including finals. Really? I saw it had 600,000. That's more than finals? That's surprising.
Giving them the ability to roam down bot. And this initial execution was very well done. Douglas trying to offer resistance by threatening...
I mean, it's so disrespectful, right? When you don't see VTO. VTO has all day to walk down here. He's even seen on the ward. He's seen on the Raptor ward moving down, too.
Ice isn't in range to assist, which basically leaves Sheo isolated. He then flashes in to try and secure the kill. The shield comes in from Orianna, and then the shockwave.
It was close. I mean, he almost got burned down by red buff.
W combo is enough to secure the kill. Ends up being a 1 for 2 in favor of...
Got health back off of the kill from Runes.
A little moment of frustration there you can see on the face of the coaches, and understandable as nearly a flawless play up until that last little moment there. VTO obviously second, late on the roam, but able to move in, save his jungler, get a bit more done. Level 6 for Douglas now, still only level 5 for Sheo. We'll see when he takes over. Could be off the romp. But Photon absolutely obliterating Adam in the 1v1, which, with the early Sork Shoes buys, kind of to be expected. And part of the reason we might see Rumble going for triple tonic is levels are really important. You really want to get that rank 5 flame spitter as quick as you can.
Once he hits level 9, he should be able to get that Extra tonic, Adam very low. Vitality should have rough information that this dragon is being started. The bait continues to be interrupted. Here comes Douglas.
Flag, drag, Cataclysm isn't even needed. That was a generous assist, League of Legends. That was the attack speed from Jarvan's flag.
He literally just put the flag down.
That was a solo bolo as far as anyone is concerned.
The number of times Jarvan players have like all the assists, and you're like, wow, you must have landed a lot of EQs that game, right?
No.
Yeah, the Eek is passively picking up assists, bit of extra gold for Douglas, but as you rightly said, Photon owning himself pretty much a solo kill. Adam going to use his ultimate to get back into lane. Maybe he can get a plate back for himself before Photon can get there.
No way.
Sheo now hovering on the bot side, steals away the red buff.
What is going to be the play here for Sheo? Again, diligence and vision from the Vitality bot side. They know they're the center of attention. They've been the center of attention all weekend long. But Douglas is here to cover. I have to imagine the BDS will try to call off the play, but with Jhin there, the potential for the ultimate, there are definitely some angles to get work done. I gotta say, you know, really BDS getting a lot of value out of this Karma early on, which is exactly what you want when you draft a champion like this who's designed to get lane prio. The concern is, if you don't get a big enough lead, that late game recon value can be pretty terrifying to manage.
I mean, yeah, a lot of these fights are going to be super interesting to watch because BDS do very much want that traditional front to back, whereas if Vitality can land their wombo combo onto the right people, it can be a very easily won fight. I think BDS do have the kind of advantage in a long, drawn-out fight, largely because of Azir. Yep. But again, these team fights are going to be very interesting to keep our eyes on. Now, Hylissang has made his way out onto the map. They know that they have the Grubs advantage already, securing the first three, so they want to try and get themselves these three as well. Vizio with the push in mid, and Hylissang here to cover, along with the prio that they have in top lane, means it's going to be difficult for BDS to really...
There's nothing you can do with this Scion in this situation. It's just free Grubs.
And this is nice. 6th Grub buff. The push is going to be that much more threatening. This is going to be a nightmare for Adam on the top side. Obviously, credit to Vitality really taking control here. Douglas again generating so much early advantage by just slowing down Sheo, punishing Sheo for getting over-aggressive on the invade. But yeah, now I got 6 Grubs. Hit the 5 guys buff easy.
I think something that Vitality could have considered is actually moving their bot lane to the top side after securing the Krebs and actually putting some threat onto that tower. But I guess that they want to just keep the pressure of Photon in that lane.
It's kind of tough because Photon is absolutely just free laning, free stacking first strike.
For sure.
But you could, in theory, get a lot more pressure on top side, maybe take some more plates there, and get yourself out of this pretty miserable lane against Ice and
That's the thing, because the great advantage of Rumble is thanks to his ultimate, he can very easily clear at least one of the waves.
Yep.
But for now, they're going to keep things the way that they are. Notice, if you kind of look at the minimap, you'll notice that there is a lot of vision on the bot side of the map, heavily invested from BDS, and this is their further commitment to trying to control this bot side. They know they have a big advantage there, and they want to try and keep playing through it. Sheo is just mainly here to cover. With the dragon spawning in about a minute and a half, this becomes the next major objective that both these teams are playing for. So, information now garnered. You can see Douglas on the minimap being spotted by this vision.
Knight, ulti coming out, good damage. Is the follow-up going to be there? Ice now trying to make a safety flash out. Heal for the extra movement. Steed's there, but Carzzy's still going to find the kill. LeBron now running. There's no chance of a return kill here. Var's passive on him and just rain hell onto that Karma. But only a single kill thus far, but the bait waiting in the darkness. Oh, Sheo's been here before.
Man, Sheo is just having a miserable game.
Level 2 all over again. This time, Vizio backing up Douglas. Clean pick, clean setup from Vitality.
Yeah, so much was done very well there. They spotted Sheo on the top side. Remember, clearing out that ward in the Tribush. Douglas, even though he was spotted on the rafters in the bot side, knew that with the prio that they had in bot, he could make a play into the mid lane after Vizio was...
I'm actually very surprised. Doesn't Vitality lose this game?
They sneak into the enemy jungle.
I think that's what I recall seeing earlier today.
So 2 kills go in favor of Vitality. They have great setup for the dragon. They need to get those quick resets in so they can spend that gold. And this could be the window where BDS can bounce back because they're already back out onto the map. Douglas, though, looking for a pick on a nuke.
Is the experimental Hexblade as well, and ulti up and available. He does a lot of damage if he can find the target. Nuke, he's waiting, hoping to catch out the pushback from Nuke. so he could immediately ult to try to cancel that, but will not come through, so doesn't find the opportunity. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. He has the magic resist Sunfire game. It does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
Yeah, Leandri's pretty strong into a Scion. And what I thought could be a window of opportunity.
That's really crazy. He did that much damage just with the Leandries into the Hall of Radiance.
Opportunity for punishment as Douglas forces Nuke back to base. Now they have control over the river. They've sent VTO bot to get level 11, push in that wave. There's no way Adam can really get involved in the fight, and with the 4-man strong of Vitality in control of the river, the level advantage, the fact that they've been able to spend that money, they'll secure their first dragon of the game. Well played from Vitality. One of the most convincing early games we've seen from them so far this weekend.
And I think importantly from Douglas, fantastic performance again. We mentioned it at the start as we were coming out of pick to ban. Xin right now looking like the strongest jungler on the patch, most certainly. He adapted. He picked up a champion that he knew he had a good matchup with, picked a different keystone than what we see traditionally, found the level 2 angle, predicted that Shia would go for something a little more aggressive, like invading. Something that Shia is notorious for doing are these creative early pathing plays, and calls it out, spots it, shuts him down early on, and it's been paying off ever since.
Really impressed with what we've been seeing.
Interesting, the experimental Hex plate. He's just he's going to be an ult bot in the late game. I think this is interesting because, you know, Jarvan often feels kind of shitty in late game team fights, and the extra ability haste just on his ultimate is probably going to provide a lot more usefulness to potentially create picks on the side of Vitality.
Yep, good so far on that first rotation down to protect Douglas. Excellent setup. Jungle mid synergy feels like it's getting a little bit better. How confident is Nuke here? Red buff is there and available. VTO.
Yeah, plus you get the combo synergy with Rumble, like the classic Jarvan Rumble combination.
VTO has red buff. Can't see the itemization right now. G2 and Rogue is coming up, but Hylissang on the way. But another gank. Instantly, Karzi's now the one who's been caught out here. Ulti's still going to connect on in the Jhin in the meantime. Hylissang trying to do what he can, but this is the power of the Xin in the 1v1. He just deletes his target. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Photon burning through so many different members. Douglas now on the way out. Should just be able to flag and drag to safety. Ice waiting. Curtain call is up and available. Is going to try to follow up. Shio looking for the angle. Adam trying
Oh, he got left by Rakan.
But it's not great. Photon now trying to follow up. LeBron just has to instantly back away.
Wow.
Photon. No one should be able to touch this Rumble under tower. Adam already burning. Vitality will walk away. They lose 3 members in the exchange. Massive fight for BDS.
And just like that, BDS, they found a great window to just pick up a bunch of kills.
Case! Oh, how's it going, man? Thanks for the sub. I'm sorry, you're leaving League of Legends. How's the flight training going?
Again, find a small window where they can punish Vitality.
Hexblade J4 is so dog shit. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. I think with this composition, having the extra ability haste on the ult makes sense. Because this is a wombo combo team fight comp, right?
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh, this actually is a pretty good situation for VTO. The exchange flashes, nice side step from Nuke, but then Lebrov gets involved. Meanwhile, in the river, while they're fighting and VTO realizes it's over for me.
Oh, you finished your commercial license. Wow, nice. That was fast.
Flash is going to come out from Cheryl to dodge away from Navarro's ultimate to allow him to secure that kill. As Photon then joins the fight and picks up a kill for himself. Ends up being a 1 for 3, 1 for 4 overall, I think. And this is that flash I was talking about. Really nice flash from Cheryl.
Sorry, you picked a good time. I don't think there's much money left in the team side anymore.
Absolutely crazy. The ultimate knocking away the Rakan as well.
Stopping the charm from coming through, it looked like as well. So
What do you think of the new season, Case?
bit of redemption after struggles in the early game. Does finally have the Hydra as well. So
Oh, you were working on it for 1.5 years while Vitality. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, wow. I thought getting a commercial pilot's license took years.
Have it available right now.
2 ranks and equalizer. Shockwave available as well. Keep your eyes on those big ultis. First one going a bit wide.
Karzi missed ult.
Karzi there, bit of a struggle. Right now, just both sides squaring up. Importance of Rift Herald on this patch.
He's looking.
Wind does become lightning. VTO now knocked up. The burst damage is there. The pullback is there as well. Rumble all now to follow up, but it's just not up.
Just picked off entirely.
Rift Herald on this patch.
He's looking.
Wind does become lightning. VTO now knocked up. The burst damage is there. The pullback is there as well. Rumble all now to follow up, but it's just not enough.
Good engaged by Nuke, but collapsed on the flank. Just too quick there.
Wind does become lightning. VTO now knocked up. The burst damage is there. The pullback is there as well.
Bad positioning from Vitality. Split. You know, it can be hard too. Like I feel like this is one of those things that
Pulling the trigger, finding the angle, taking 2
you know, changes with the new map, right? Because, like, this positioning on the old map might have been okay. But the problem is you have this thing here now, right? So I think some players are making positions assuming that they wouldn't normally have to go all the way around, if that makes sense. Right? So I think this is one of those things where this setup used to be kind of more okay, but it's not okay any longer. And I think these are the kind of mistakes that you're just going to see as players get more accustomed to this.
Importance of Rift Herald.
He's looking.
Wind does become lightning. BTO now knocked up. The burst damage is there. The pullback is there as well. Rumble all now to follow up, but it's
Yeah, the new map setups seem good. And once they balance some of the items, that's exactly what I said. I think I'm generally, like, I'm in favor of the Void Grubs and the map changes. And the items seem okay in theory, but it's just a lot of changes that they need to balance out.
And Nuke was right there with him. They were able to get that double kill onto Douglas and BTO. And at the Rumble, while it looked like it was in a really good position, Sheo's ultimate was just enough.
Why are Vitality even there? You know, great question. You have to stop the Herald from going down. It's very important. I mean, I understand why they would want to fight in the mid game with this composition, but you have to pull the trigger, right? And you have a ton of backline damage. You can put Oriana Ball onto Rakan, onto Jarvan, you know, really just send it into the backline with the Rumble ult, but you have to be willing to, you know, pull the trigger. And they just don't. Like, what are they? They're just fucking around.
Back-to-back whiffs for Carzzy there. Bit of a struggle.
Like, where is Hylissang going? He's warding. He's literally warding that direction while two of his teammates walk into top river.
BTO now knocked up. The burst damage is there. The pullback is there as well. Rumble all now to follow up, but it's just not enough. BDS quicker on pulling the trigger, finding the angle, taking two members out, and just starting the Rift Herald.
This is one of the scary things about Xin Zhao. If that W ever connects, the follow-up is just so fast. And Nuke was right there with him. They were able to get that double kill onto Douglas and BTO. And at the Rumble, while it looked like it was in a really good position, Sheo's ultimate was engaged, and the second that he does, Nuke is going to follow that up. The shockwave looks good, but they're too isolated.
And Douglas doesn't even get a chance to ult.
Which means that they can't really convert into anything else. Great play there from BDS, and I feel like that is kind of the summary as we've kind of entered this mid game. BDS have been very quick.
Level up my dreams. Oh, thank you, Santander.
Creative angles to find edges in these fights. BDS are now matching them blow for blow.
Holy smokes, that damage though. Look at that. He has Merc Treads, Hollow Radiance, and a Negatron, and he is getting absolutely smoked by this Rumble.
75 magic resist so far.
Yeah, probably more coming.
Still looks like paper to a Rumble.
Not the best light for a Scion in this matchup. Literally just a walking bag of gold for a first strike user. So Vitality will not be able to get the Herald, but they do grab the Dragon. Their second of the game, it is Ocean Rift. It will be Ocean Soul on the line. Ice has opted to go for a ride on the Rift Herald. I think not the ideal target. Hylissang is looking to punish the instant flash in, but he only manages to connect one on the knockup. One
Team?
on the route. Now the follow-up. LeBron, excellent punish, turning and burning on the enemy support. I think not the ideal target. Hylissang is looking to punish the instant flash in, but he only manages to connect one on the knockup. One on the charm. The route. Now the follow-up. LeBron,
Carzzy misses another Varus ult. Nobody goes in. Why does no one go in on this team? So I have a couple questions. Why are we not using Shockwave on the engage? Why are we missing that? Why is there no Rumble ults? Why is Douglas not going in with Rumble ult? What? Who cares if Hilly dies? They're counter-engaging. Holy shit, do something. Please, use your combo. It's all up. Just kill them. This guy isn't even here. Why do you pick this composition and just be afraid to engage? And they're fucking playing Jhin. They're playing a Jhin. You can't kill the Jhin with this comp?
Engage from Hylissang there. The ultimate from Carzzy also whiffing. felt like the Vitality were not on the same page, whereas BDS very quick to respond once again. The immediate TP in from Adam. That wall just joining the fight, but it was all Lebrov as you highlighted in the play. Nice root connects, and it means that they turn it around and get themselves a pick. Baron now spawns. I believe this is the all-seeing Baron.
Sure. Whatever you say, Betty. It is. It's the all-seeing Baron. Carsey's going to get knocked up here and now could be in trouble. Douglas has locked up Shio, but it doesn't matter because that man might die to Rumble, but to everyone else, he is a tank. BDS just continuing to find these picks. Vitality were so in control for so many of these early
I have no idea what's happening. Vitality is the most scared-ass team of all time.
Range from BDS is just crazy. The fact that Ice basically killed Kazi from a mile away, and there was nothing they could do to save him. Hilly.
He's literally just respawning and inting.
Repeat on this play as well. The shockwave this time going to hit multiple flag and drag right into the middle. Photon now looking to fall, but he's about to overheat. He can't cast any more spells. Has to wait for the I don't know what's happening.
Nobody has any balls on Vitality. And they have an Orianna on their team, and they still have no balls. But this is awful.
Shio now flashing in, looking for Wind to become lightning so he can get the extended dash range. Has Martin will hit him. Shio on a killing spree. And BDS are obliterating Vitality.
Yeah, I thought that could have been a Baron angle, but they don't want to risk it. They're just going to take the kills and look to base.
Oh my lord.
Overstay here, buddy. Spend that gold, get back out onto the map as quickly as possible. Hilly goes in, gets completely wiped out by the damage from Nuke and Sheo. Sheo catches an isolated.
People blaming Hylissang, but what about his fucking team that never follows up?
This could have been a one fight for Vitality, but it was unavailable.
Absolutely, and it's
You know, I saw a lot of people blaming Hylissang for this game, but what the fuck is Hylissang supposed to do? He's the only one who wants to go in.
They have so much upfront damage, but BDS are consistently the ones pulling the trigger, finding the angle, or punishing.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a little ahead of himself. He's fucking Hylissang. That's just who he is. But at least somebody's trying to. At least he's trying to do something.
You're not doing damage. Nuke though, trying to dash out to safety will get interrupted. It's just going to burn down in the Cataclysm.
Nice combo there from Vitality. They are able to get something back for themselves. Dragon spawns in 2 minutes, which means that not really is going to come. Not
a lot of death cap second. Of course, changes to Lichbane mean that the unpowered auto, you have attack speed on it, so it comes out very quickly. Way in. Photon should just drop here. Adam walking forward to make sure that he can tank. LeBron just gets to walk away. Hilly's in the midst of everyone, but he's just giving himself.
How do they keep getting caught in the side lanes every single time?
Could be beneficial.
Why are we committing to the Rumble split push with this composition? They have Karma. They can collapse faster on you into the side lanes.
Photon should just drop here. Adam walking forward to make sure that he can tank. LeBron just gets to walk away. Hilly's in the midst of everyone, but he's just giving himself to the infinite CC of Shio and Adam.
The damage is absolutely crazy from this Xin Zhao. Adam going to get involved, get himself a couple of kill participation points, and they're going to look to secure this tier 1 tower. So even though they did lose Nuke, ultimately they get more off the back of it that very soon.
Yeah. We can take a look back at how exactly this initial play unfolded, but Photon just overcommitting a bit here, and Lebrov has been everywhere. Karma not always considered a high-impact support, and certainly not in our region, but Lebrov has been finding these angles so consistently.
I'm going to, like, one of the new support items, Zazak's Realm Spike.
I just call it Zaza's Realm Spike and hope that Mark laughs on his co-stream, and it's pandering. I'm pandering.
Oh, yeah, you are pandering. I respect it. It's done 1,200 damage to champions so far this game.
That's sick. How much does that item cost? 400 gold, folks. Wait for next week when you get to meet Bloodsong Neela. What? Anyway.
Infinity Edge now done for Ice. I wonder if this also tells me... Nah, it doesn't. I was going to see if it also showed how much damage you got from the Lich.
It's alright, Photon finally got the bottom turret, everybody. He's finally done it.
Silly things and just unaware of how bad they are because they no longer have something to tell them. But here we are with the setup in the mid lane. Douglas, flag drag forward. It's a bit of a slow fight. They do not want to engage onto Adam. The counter engage could be bad, but there's the Cataclysm finally coming out. The flash out to safety. Decimating Smash not going to connect, but Vitality, they use a lot of cooldowns. So ultimately, no effect. Even the follow-up poke from Carsey not going to connect. So BDS kind of just get to laugh their way to the Drake, knowing that there is no Jarvanel in the equation. No experimental Hexplay passive either.
So this is where the positioning of BDS is really important. They need Adam and Sheo to act as that front line to protect Nuke and Ice. You can see how they're kind of partnering up. Nuke playing with Adam.
Time for a 50-50. Douglas in the back of the pit. Dragon getting lower, but Sheo wins those.
To protect Nuke and Ice. You can see how they're kind of partnering up. Nuke
Douglas has no ultimate.
Want to engage onto Adam. The counter engage could be bad, but
Because he used it on a Scion with Flash.
Decimating Smash not going to connect, but Vitality, they use a lot of
And nobody else wants to follow up.
engage onto Adam. The counter engage could be bad, but there's the Cataclysm finally coming out. The flash out to safety. Decimating Smash. Vitality, they use a lot of cooldowns to ultimately no effect. Even the follow-up poke from Carzzy not going to connect, so BDS kind of just get to laugh their way to the Drake, knowing that there is no Jarvanel in the equation. No experimental Hexplay passive either.
So this is where the positioning of BDS is really important. They need Adam and Sheo to act as that front line to protect Nuke and Ice. You can see how they're kind of partnering up. Nuke playing with Adam.
Time for a 50-50. Douglas in the back of the pit. Dragon getting lower, but Sheo wins those. Curtain call.
Nuke and Ice. You can see how they're kind of partnering up. Nuke playing
So
with Adam.
they don't use Rumble ult, right?
Front line to protect Nuke and Ice. You can see how they're kind of partnering up. Nuke playing with Adam.
VTO gets rooted by Jin W.
Time for a 50-50.
He then gets poked by Lebrov
Douglas in the back of the pit.
and CC'd and then blown up without using his ultimate. Rumble hasn't used
Dragon
ultimate,
getting lower, but Sheo wins those.
and they just run away.
2 extra kills on top of that. Carzzy running for
What am I watching?
forward. Bars ulti should lock down enough members that Carzzy will be safe.
Ah!
But right now, Vitality are getting quite simply choked out of this game. It is 2 for 2, the Drake score overall.
Without that ultimate from
This is
Jarvan,
painful.
their initiation just becomes so lackluster.
This is like the ultimate
But
do
it's
nothing
always
and
BDS
lose
that's starting
game.
off the fights. They're looking for another one.
Another knockup. Sheo off to the side. Flashes out to safety. Win becomes lightning. Douglas is getting turned.
This is one of those compositions that even bad teams can beat good teams with. Because all you have to do is have the right team fight where you everybody presses R.
For a man who got killed by a Jarvan on the blue buff, Sheo's turned this game around very nicely. Now you have to imagine that Yordle and Robot beats man with spear, and it is true.
That it does.
Does a lot of damage there.
But there's no junglers available, which means that it's completely up to the elements, even though it's very favored for BDS.
Just got hit by the Baron for a bunch of damage. Oh, y'all seeing Baron saw that one coming. BDS grabbing the Baron. Last little tough to manage.
Please end my misery.
Talk about how the initiation and the positioning is really important. Adam says, screw that, I'm going in. The damage from Ice from the back line, along with Adam as the front line. These carries are completely untouched. These fights are never being determined by Vitality. They're constantly getting rolled over by the initiation of BDS, and props to them, BDS are doing a great job.
How is BDS the team that's initiating in these team fights?
But don't really have the vision to do so, and looking a little bit inexperienced when it comes to the threat range of BDS's composition, either overestimating their own abilities or underestimating those of their opponents. But getting caught out a lot. I mean,
I feel bad for Vitality, though. It's like no matter what they do, they get screwed. Build a super team, they get screwed. Build a budget team, they're still terrible. It's like they can't even be a mid-tier team. It's like they're always somehow under-delivering on expectations. And they change their coaches, and they change their players, and they change everything. So they're trying.
They're going to choose to reset, play it safe. But this is Vitality getting desperate now. They're looking for anything, trying to get something back. A 1-for-1 in this position, I guess, and buying a little bit of time. You could argue, not the worst case scenario. You look at the Baron power play, only about 800 gold, nearly 1,000 in favor of BDS. So they're trying to weather the storm as much as they can. The ultimate doesn't quite connect from Carzzy, but the damage, the damage from the Rumble ultimate is the first thing to notice. Like, you just saw the Storm Surge from the Rumble, just proccing onto Ice there, bringing him down to about 40% HP. But the damage from Nuke is equally as disgusting. Like, this Azir build is crazy.
Yeah, it's transitioned really smoothly. I'm actually impressed with how well Maybe finally he'll be able to chunk through Adam's health bar with a Kanik Rooker in there. I don't
It's their third game, to be fair. It's not their second game. And yes, it's too early to write anybody off, but if you go 0-3 in week 1, dude, it is hard. It is hard not to be in 9th or 10th place and get eliminated from the split. It's tough. Because you need like 4 wins, probably. So what you're saying is you have to average 2-1 in the next 2 weeks. That's tough. Going 0-3 is brutal.
Left yearning for more, and in his own fountain, Photon will be mercilessly slaughtered. BDS 2-1 in their first week of the LEC.
Vitality dropping to 0 and 3. They're going to be frustrated with that one.
Like going 0-3 is like a death sentence in the new LEC format.
More confident